it's Erica here from 3x3 Paper Crafts, and today I wanted to show you a project I just finished. It's a set of 3x3 note cards in one of our pizza boxes. So these are the cards. They're just simple little thank you cards with an ocean theme. And the stamp set that I used is the Seaside Notions, which is available in our annual catalog. I live on Vancouver Island, so, you know, anytime I see an ocean themed stamp set, well, you know, it's got to go on my list to purchase. So I'm very happy with this set. I think it's a lot of fun. There are no coordinating framelits for that, but most of these images are pretty simple to cut out. And so if you don't mind a little bit of fussy cutting, then that's what you'll need to do. The pizza boxes come like this. And they come in a package. There's 8 of them in a package, and they come in white, and you can find these in the annual catalog. And in the holiday catalog that came out at the beginning of September, they came out with these gold ones. These are just divine for Christmas gift giving. So I'll show you this little project a little bit later, and I've got a couple of other projects to show you. But rather than recreate this project, because the video would be way too long, I'm going to just give you some little instructions and some tips on how to put this together, including how to make this belly band. And I'm going to show you a little technique with making these little seashells shiny. I don't know if they get picked up in the camera or not, but they've got a shiny finish to them. So basically, to start is you're going to cut yourself a piece of cardstock that measures 6 by 9. So you take your 8.5 by 11 and cut it down to 6 by 9. And then to save a little bit of time, you can do all your scoring to fold the cards in half all at once. So you'll put your card stick onto your paper trimmer. Now, a little tip is to make your scoring a lot more smooth. I like to rub my cardstock with just a little piece of wax paper. And you can reuse this over and over again. You don't have to rub hard, just put a little bit of a finish on it. And then you'll notice that your stylus will flow much more smoothly, and the risk of jumping tracks is minimized. So you're going to put the 6-inch length across the top of your scoreboard, and you're simply going to score down at 3 inches, and this will give you that halfway mark to score your cards. And then you'll take this to your trimmer, and then you'll just trim them 3 and 3. And then you get 3 cards that measure 3 by 3. Okay, so that's a little tip for getting your cards ready. The little envelopes that fit the 3 by 3 cards are also available in the annual catalog. So you can pick up a package of those. They're very nice. Let me just pull one out for you. This is what they look like. Cute little 3 by 3 envelopes. Now, you can choose, like I did with this one, I chose not to decorate the top at all of the box. The box is just the gold, which I love, and then I just created the belly band. Or you can choose to create a design for the top of the box as well as a belly band. Or, as I did in this example, this is just the box, no belly band, and I just decorated the top. So those are some choices of what to do. Oh, and I have one more here. This one is, again, a decorated top with the belly band for that one. To make the belly band, you can make them as wide as you want. Notice this one is a little bit more wide than this one, so you can make it narrow or wide. You could emboss it with an embossing folder to start with. You could stamp on it to make your own design. You could use DSP, but pick one of our DSPs that are just maybe a little bit more thicker than another DSP. Some of our DSPs have slightly different weights, so you want something a little bit thicker to stand up. Or you could use cardstock and then you could cut a strip of DSP and put that around there. Totally, I mean, so many different possibilities for making these adorable little boxes. They make great gifts, great stocking stuffers, You could do a set of 4 tea lights in here. You could do chocolate. You could do soaps. You could do tea bags in little packages. I mean, jewelry, all kinds of things. That's why I love them so much. You could put a baked cookie in here because they have a waxy finish and they are food safe. So you could put, you know, if you make fudge at Christmas, or if you make, oh my gosh, if you make, what's it called? Chocolate brittle, you know, with nuts and cranberries and all that lovely stuff, you could put that in there. Anyway, just tons and tons of ideas. And with the Christmas season coming, before you know it, you could make up a whole bunch of these and have them on hand ready. Give them to your neighbors, pop them on your coworker's desk, whatever you like. All right. Now, for the belly band, you are going to need a piece of cardstock, again, that is any width, okay, by 11 inches. All right. And then I'm going to give you the scoring measurements. So grab a pen. I'll also have these instructions written on, I will do a blog post for this, and I'll have them in my blog post as well. But you're going to put the 11 inch along your scoreboard, and you're going to score it at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 6 7/8, and 7 7/8. So that's 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 6 7/8, and 7 7/8. And then you end up with this belly band. Now, I choose to wrap and glue, and I use a piece of sticky strip. I don't know if you can see inside, but there is the layering piece inside there. And I choose to do that, and then I put my embellishment on top so that the back has a smooth, oh boy, there's a little bend in there. It's a little accident there, but so that you have a smooth bottom piece there. Okay. And what else did I want to tell you? Oh, I want to tell you about how I made this embossed image. So I'll actually do one. I've decided to emboss this bigger seashell. So what you basically need is you need your Versamark ink, and you're going to stamp this in the ink color of your choice. So I may do this in I've got some stamp pads here on my desk ready for another project, but I'll just use this crumb cake, and I hope this piece of cardstock is big enough. I think it is. Stamp this on here. Now, at this point, you could choose to color it a little bit, and then make sure you let it dry really well, because then you are going to simply, and I need a scrap piece of paper to show you this technique here. Once all your inks are dry, you're going to take your Versamark ink pad and you're going to just schmuck it on there to get it really juicy and really wet, like that. Then I used clear embossing powder. This is my clear embossing powder in this container. And you are going to just cover that with the embossing powder, and you're going to shake off the excess, and then you're going to heat set it with your heat gun. I won't do it on camera because it's a little noisy, but you're just going to heat set it, and then you will end up with a very shiny surface. I did some of the what are they called, sand dollars from the stamp set. So these are ready for another project. So you see how shiny they become. I hope you can see that in the camera. And so that's how you get that. Now, if you wanted it to look a little bit thicker or to have a little bit more dimension, after you've embossed it, or embossed it with your heat gun, while it's still warm, add some more embossing powder, heat it again, add more embossing powder, heat it again, and you can get several layers and it can look quite thick. So you can try that as well. So that's how you do those. And I think that's about all I need to tell you about the project. I encourage you to go and make a few. So I'll just put these out front again so you can have a look at the ones I've made so far. So why not pop on over to my online store, order the supplies that you might need for this, and go and make some. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Bye for now.